In today's show, is Bitcoin's vertical rally really in danger? We're going to be discussing why 30,000 isn't the only level to be watching right now. That's right, using the Fibonacci extension tools, the continuation of the current rally puts the next big corrections, which could potentially happen at the levels of $50,000 and $76,000. I'll be breaking this down for you in today's show. Also, breaking news, Bitcoin could hit $146,000 long term by crowding out gold, says Jpmorgan. That's right, a crowding out of gold as an alternative currency implies big upside for Bitcoin over the long term. A convergence in volatilities between Bitcoin and gold is unlikely to happen quickly and is, in our mind, a multi-year process. This implies that the above $146,000 theoretical Bitcoin price target should be considered as a long-term target and thus an unsustainable price target for this year. There you have it, coming directly from Jpmorgan. I'll be breaking down all the highlights right here for you in today's show. And in this report, Jpmorgan says since October of 2020, $3 billion went into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, while $7 billion went out of gold ETFs. So could there be a flippening occurring? And as Stacey Herbert points out, Jpmorgan traders in London were buying as far back as 2013. I know for a fact, as someone I know built them a trading algorithm that couldn't be detected by bosses as they weren't allowed to trade it. These traders complained that Max Keiser kept moving price, forcing them to intervene with a bot. Talk about hypocrites. Jamie Dimon called Bitcoin a fraud and even threatened to fire any of his employees for trading it. Meanwhile, they were buying it on the low. More breaking news, Skybridge Capital, which has over $9 billion in assets under management, just published their investment deck targeting a $500,000 plus Bitcoin price in this new published article, which I'm going to be breaking down the highlights for you right here in today's show. As you can see, Bitcoin versus gold market cap. The total market cap of gold is 10 trillion versus 500 billion for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin achieves the same market cap of gold, then the Bitcoin price will be $535,000. And as Willie Woo points out, the flippening at gold's present price, Bitcoin at 240,000 will flip gold's use as a financial hedge. This could happen in 12 months. Also in today's show, we'll be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin and all the major altcoins are pumping in the green, but where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button, that's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium Crypto News Alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, if interested in purchasing Bitcoin, check out Swan, the easiest and most affordable way to accumulate Bitcoin and start stacking those sats with automatic reoccurring purchases. Start your plan today and get $10 of free Bitcoin drop right into your account. Go ahead and click the link right down below this video or visit my direct referral link, which is swanbitcoin.com/crypto news alerts. So go ahead and do that right now. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. Let's dive right in. Lots to discuss today. Bitcoin has had a tremendous 2020, and it's only the fifth as the Bitcoin price rallied by 311% in 2020. Also in the shadows, we have Ethereum, which has also been seeing a fantastic year thus far as Ether's price rallied by an even bigger 475%. While only 5 days into the year, Ethereum is continuing this trend. That's right, we almost touched $1,200 yesterday, and also in 2020, Ethereum was a greater performer than BTC. Bitcoin breaking to new all-time highs above 30,000 has sparked a massive rally fire that is now spilling over into the alt market. However, the question now is whether the bull run will be continuing vertically, as in the past few months, as whether a short-term correction could be expected. Such a correction would open the gates for most cryptos to follow Bitcoin towards their own respective all-time highs. Now, Bitcoin must sustain the 21-week moving average, which you can see right here on your screen. There are not that many indicators to watch for the continuation of this bull market, as only a few give you strong enough arguments for the bull/bear cases. But one useful indicator is the 21-week moving average. This moving average served as support throughout the previous bull run, which indicated the continuation towards a peak at $20,000. As you can see right here in the 1 week chart brought to you by TradingView, whether Bitcoin has topped out for now, however, is up for debate. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you feel we'll see a steep correction from here, or that will continue gaining momentum and potentially hit that $42,000 price target that Max Keiser has been talking about? Now, using the Fibonacci extension tools, the continuation of the current rally puts the next levels of interest at the 1.6 and 2.6 Fibonacci levels, where the next big corrections could happen happen. Those levels are currently lying at $50,000 and $76,000. Now, wouldn't that be so sweet if we didn't see a significant pullback until we reach those price points? However, it won't be a surprise if Bitcoin runs towards 76,000 this year, given its recent strength. Now, I think this is a given. We see at least $100,000 Bitcoin price before the end of this year, but I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. And we have another massively bullish sign as the total crypto market cap breaks new all-time highs. Check this out. Currently sitting at a whopping $874 billion. That's right. That's a pretty big deal. Now, which are the levels to watch on the lower time frames? Let's discuss this. The hourly chart for Bitcoin shows a slight downturn since the recent peak at 34,800. The 32,400 to 32,800 flip resistance, which is often a bearish signal. However, the $30,000 barrier has served as support 3 times already. Therefore, this is a crucial area to hold to warrant further upward momentum. If this level breaks down as support, a drop towards 27 to 27.5 then becomes likely. If it holds, continuation towards the critical breaker on the upside is likely, and that way a breakthrough to 32,003 to 32,008 would warrant a new test of the all-time high region and a possible continuation towards 38,000 and even $42,000. That's the price point I have my eyes on, as Max Kaiser made that prediction that 42K is still in play. And before I break down our next story of the day, breaking news: Bitcoin could hit $146,000 long term by crowding out gold, says Jpmorgan. But let's first take a quick look at the overall crypto market. We can see Bitcoin up 2.5% for the day, trading above $31,800. We have Ethereum up about 5%, trading above $1,000. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day, shall we? Drawing parallels between Bitcoin and gold's role as a hedge for investors has been popular for years, and until now, the stark discrepancy in the total market capitalizations of the two assets has limited these analogies to a significant extent. Gold, even after a major Bitcoin price rise in December of 2020, continues to command roughly 4.6 times Bitcoin's current $5.85 billion market cap. Now, yet strategists at the American multinational mega bank Jpmorgan Chase, which is the largest in the United States, are forecasting a possible scenario in which Bitcoin can seriously take on its predecessor. On January 5th, the Bloomberg report cited a note from the bank strategist led by Nicholas P., in which they sketched out a path to a total private sector investment in Bitcoin coming to equal value that is currently invested in gold via either exchange traded funds or bars and coins. Yet such a path crucially depends on Bitcoin's volatility converging with that of the precious metal, they stress, and that this is likely to take some time. They're quoted sharing, "A crowding out of gold as an alternative currency implies big upside for Bitcoin over the long term. A convergence in volatilities between Bitcoin and gold is unlikely to happen quickly and is, in our mind, a multi-year process. This implies that the above $146,000 theoretical Bitcoin price target should be considered as a long-term target and thus an unsustainable price target for this year." So there you have it, coming directly from Jpmorgan Chase. And yesterday's correction was the biggest we've witnessed since Bitcoin broke that 20K resistance. And amid this backdrop of persistent volatility, the Jpmorgan strategist nonetheless identified strong positive signs for the cryptocurrency, pointing to an accumulation of speculative long positions, yet warned that reading the investment landscape in the medium term remains difficult. They go on to share, the valuation and position backdrop has become a lot more challenging for Bitcoin at the beginning of the new year. While we cannot exclude the possibility that the current speculative mania will propagate, further pushing the Bitcoin price upward towards the consensus region of between $50,000 and $100,000, we believe that such price levels would prove unsustainable. And on January 1st, Bitcoin reached an all-time high against gold, surpassing its previous peak back during the winter of 2017 bull market. And in December of last year, the same team and strategist was already suggesting that Bitcoin could eat into gold's market share in the future, envisioning a major shift in institutional allocation towards the cryptocurrency, which is precisely what we've been witnessing as this massive institutional demand continues. And there could be a Bitcoin supply shortage in the near term. Let me know if you feel we're likely to see this. All I know is this: do not short Bitcoin during a bull market or expect to get the horns. Now let's check out some more data from Jpmorgan. As Documented Bitcoin points out, Jpmorgan reports since October of 2020, $3 billion went into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, which is the largest Bitcoin trust in the world, and $7 billion went out of gold ETFs. Where do you think all that money is going? I can bet you a lot of it is going into crypto. And as Stacey Herbert points out, Jpmorgan traders in London were buying as far back as 2013. I know for a fact, as someone I know built them a trading algorithm that couldn't be detected by bosses as they weren't allowed to trade it. These traders complain that Max Kaiser kept moving price, forcing them to intervene with a bot. There's a lot of shadiness that goes down behind closed doors. It is what it is. So back when Jamie Dimon was preaching Bitcoin is a fraud and threatened to fire his employees for trading it, meanwhile, they were trading it on the low. I mean, why wouldn't they? As Bitcoin is the greatest appreciating asset in humankind that we've ever witnessed. Why wouldn't you want a piece of the action? Do not be a Peter Schiff and live with regret for the rest of your life. And before I break down our next breaking story of the day, Skybridge Capital, who has $9 billion in assets under management, just published their investment deck targeting a $500,000 plus Bitcoin price. But before I break this down, let's first take a look at the overall crypto market, which has $151 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and current Bitcoin dominance is 68.1%, and the current Bitcoin market cap is sitting at $591 billion. That's right. Now checking out the top gainers within the top 100, we have Stellar Lumens up a whopping 27%, trading at 17 cents. Energy Web Token up 15%, trading at $7.55. Avalanche up 18%, trading at $4. Thorchain up 10%, trading at about $1.60, and Algorand up 18%, trading at 47 cents. Now checking out the biggest losers within the top 100, we have stablecoins, because virtually everything is pumping right now, minus Monero, which is catching some flack from exchanges delisting them, as well as other major privacy coins such as Zcash and Dash. But out of this list of the biggest gainers and losers, which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on right now? Drop me a comment right down below. All right, now let's talk about our next breaking story of the day. This is a pretty big deal. Skybridge Capital, which has $9 billion in assets under management, just published their investment deck targeting a $500,000 plus Bitcoin price, which is this report, which I'll include in the show notes below the video in the description. Now I'll just give you some of the highlights real quick. As you can see right here, they compare Bitcoin to gold. We all know gold has a market cap of roughly 10 to 11 trillion, while the Bitcoin market cap is still under $600 billion. So if Bitcoin achieves the same market cap of gold, then the price per Bitcoin will be $535,000 per BTC, which is right in alignment with the case that the Winklevoss twins made for a $500,000 Bitcoin price last year. Let me know if you feel we're likely to smash this and by what year you anticipate this to happen, because it's not a matter of if it's going to happen. The real question is when. I would expect a $500,000 plus Bitcoin price in 2024. It may come prior to that. I also predict a $1 million Bitcoin price for the first time in 2025, as the market typically goes parabolic the year following the halving. So that's my prediction, but I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Now, this is a pretty great report. It shows Wall Street embracing Bitcoin, as they point out right here. Jpmorgan says the adoption of Bitcoin by institutional investors has only begun. And quoting Citi, the whole existence of Bitcoin has been characterized by unthinkable rallies, followed by painful corrections. This move could potentially peak in December of 2021, suggesting a move as high as $318,000. So I think you can see the point. I'm going to include this resource in the show notes below the video in the description. Be sure to check it out. A lot of great insights behind the king of all crypto, as well as the bullishness from these major institutions. And before I break down the latest tweets from Willy Woo as well as Kevin Rook, first I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below the video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 650 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. I also have some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also, be sure to smash that subscribe button right below the video in the description to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. You can also follow us on all the major podcasting platforms, from Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes. You can also follow me on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is Crypto News Yes. And for those of you active on Facebook, I do have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy. To join it, click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, I do have a private crypto Telegram chat. To join it, click this link, you'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, now let's break down the latest from statistician Willy Woo, who tweeted the flippening. 40% of gold supply is available for financial use. The rest is locked up in jewelry/industry. Gold market cap is at 11 trillion. Gold's financial use cap is at 4.4 trillion. At gold's present price, Bitcoin at 240K will flip gold's use as a financial hedge. This could happen in 12 months. That's right. Before the end of this year, we can easily see a $240,000 plus Bitcoin price. Wouldn't that be fantastic? And as Kevin Rook points out, there are now 9 funds which hold over $23 billion worth of Bitcoin, with the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust leading the charge with over 19 billion worth of value. All right, now for a quick recap, what I covered with you right here in today's show is Bitcoin's vertical rally really in danger, and why 30,000 isn't the only level to keep your eyes on. That's right, we want to keep our eyes on that $50,000 price point, as well as the $76,000 Bitcoin price action before we witness any significant pullback. Hey, according to the Fibonacci retracement level, that's what we got. Also in today's show, I shared breaking news. Bitcoin could hit 146,000 long term by crowding out gold, says Jpmorgan. This is pretty bullish coming from Jpmorgan, and as documented in Bitcoin shares, Jpmorgan report since October of 2020 shows that 3 billion went into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, while 7 trillion went out of gold ETFs. Could there be a flippening? It looks like it. And as Stacy points out, there's a lot of shenanigans and shadiness going on when these major institutions were telling us not to touch Bitcoin and that it is a fraud. They were buying it behind closed doors. Also, other breaking news I shared with you, Skybridge Capital, with over 9 billion in assets under management, just published their investment deck targeting a $500,000 plus Bitcoin price. You could download this report in the show notes below the video in the description. It's a pretty good read. Also, as Willy Woo points out, there is a flippening, and at gold's present price, Bitcoin at 240K will flip gold's use as a financial hedge. This could happen in the next 12 months. And as Kevin Rook points out, 9 funds now hold over 23 billion worth of the king of all crypto. So where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go from here? Drop me a comment right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And real quick before I go, if interested in purchasing Bitcoin, check out Swan, the easiest and most affordable way to accumulate Bitcoin and start stacking those sats. With automatic reoccurring purchases, you can start your plan today and get $10 of free Bitcoin dropped right into your account. So go ahead and do that right now by clicking the link right down below this video in the description, or visit my direct affiliate link, which is swanbitcoin.com/crypto news alerts. Go ahead and do that right now, and let's start stacking those sats. And I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.